Welcome to today's no-nonsense video. I'm your host, Joey Pucks. Let's get into it. In this video, I am featuring an updated version of my 1886 rifle build. About a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I posted a video with the original 1886 rifle build. Very transparent, very clear at the time that it was a work in progress and that I would update it as I acquired new pieces of gear and weapons to kind of make it all work in a better way. And so in the interest of keeping this video relatively short, relatively sweet, I'm going to be focusing on what is different about this version of the build. If you haven't checked out the original video, it's on my channel. There'll be a link to it in the description below. I encourage you to watch that video. It's going to get more granular and detailed on why I selected the items that I did. So this video, we're not going to be covering every single piece of armor. We're going to be focusing on the pieces that have changed since the original video. With that, a couple of headlines. The first is I have moved away from the SMG as my secondary weapon. So that's kind of concept change number one. What this has allowed me to do, and as I will show you in a couple of seconds here, it has allowed me to move away from pieces of gear that were giving me SMG damage. Because the trade-off there was that I was sacrificing rifle damage and other attributes or talents that could have made the sort of rifle build itself stronger. All right, so we will get into that. So no more SMG as my secondary. Now, the thought process there was you use a secondary weapon, the SMG, to proc Unstoppable Force, and then use that buff, an active armor talent, okay, to capitalize on the fact that you're going to be putting out a lot of damage, but you only have 5 or 6 rounds to do it, depending on your role in the 1886. Okay, so that's gone. I mean, I still have a secondary weapon here that I will use with more ammo, okay, in order to proc Unstoppable Force, but it's no longer an SMG. Okay, so that's takeaway number one. The second is, as I was messing around with this last night, kind of became apparent to me, this is a little bit more useful in a group setting, okay, where you are not necessarily taking down NPCs from full armor and or health to nothing at all, okay? With limited rounds for the 1886, very difficult to make use of Unstoppable Force simply by using the 1886. And the reason for that is by the time you secure the kill to proc Unstoppable Force, you have to reload, and that chews into the time that you can make use of Unstoppable Force. All right, so those are kind of the big ticket headlines of the changes. Let's look into specifically what's different this time around. Okay, the first is I have a better rolled 1886. Now I'm using the Sharpshooter Specialization with that buff from Sharpshooter to rifle damage. I am putting out 97.3k damage on this roll, and it's slightly better than the last one around. So what I've done is I've migrated my Ranger active weapon talent over to this roll from my other one, and I have either deconstructed or sold or stashed the other variant. No, I used it to calibrate. I'm sorry. I used it to recal this version, and so that's gone. Second change is I have an MK17 here, Mark 17 police variant. This really doesn't matter. I'm not going to go into great detail on this. Pick the secondary weapon that you think is appropriate for your build, okay? In my case, I'm going to try to make use of rifles in both slots, so I always have the weapon damage and the rifle damage going. But if that doesn't work for your playstyle, you want to keep an SMG, you want to use an AR, that's fine. Just know that in this version of the build, you're not getting the bonus damage that comes along with some of the old pieces. Next change is the mask. Previously, I was using a Sokolov mask for the SMG, plus 10% brand bonus, okay? This time around, I have got a Wyvern, critical hit damage plus 7%. And look at this damage to elites, plus 45% in total, okay? 30% from the red attribute, 15% from the passive talent that's on this one. And the other change is the gloves. Last time around, I had, I think, plus 9% SMG damage with a red attribute. Okay, now I've gone with the 511 tactical here. It gives me some protection from elites. I don't care so much about that as I get the plus 5% rifle damage and the plus 5% weapon damage via the talent. And those are the only changes, okay? So the idea is still, making use of Unstoppable Force when you have it active to output a lot of damage. Okay, if we look at the overall stat sheet here, You can see where I am. Look at that headshot damage, 91%. Okay, plus 13% weapon damage bonus, 32% rifle damage bonus. And I'm going to be getting the buff from Unstoppable Force when it is active. That's the updated build in a nutshell. If I get anything better, I will be sure to update it, okay? If you found this video helpful, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, be sure to comment, subscribe to the channel for more content. Check me out on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. Links in the video description below, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace.